you actually kill towers? Yes. This is because Commando's extremely fast fire rate basically makes all towers fire so slowly that they practically die and do 0 damage. However, this doesn't affect Graveyard, and that's why we have this in our loadout. This loadout should beat absolutely any loadout late game. As long as you're Grave Microing properly, your Commando should outlag any towers other than another Graveyard user themselves. Okay, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to use this Tower Battles loadout in this video. You guys can check the document in the description and follow along as well. Now we just follow the instructions. Now you can see it says place 2 level 2 farms, then a level 1 plasma, then we upgrade 1 farm to level 4. And after that, we just gotta pay attention. If any slows, normals, or speedies leak waves 5 through 6 from either just naturals or actual sends, you will die, and you will die if you don't do anything. You're going to have to place a graveyard. Now, if you didn't place a graveyard, which we don't have to do, then I simply just get another level 4 farm. Now, once it's wave 8, I want to get Commando as soon as possible, and let's see how much they send. Now that we can see that they sent 3, we can get an orchard. Then after we get the orchard, it still says that we still need to get the second Commando. Now, quick update, you can see they sent wave 11. However, the strategy says that if they send wave 11, we should get a second level 1 Commando if we have not gotten one already. However, we have gotten one already, so we're just going to do nothing. We leaked a hidden. Now, for situations like these where they're really low HP, the cheapest way to defend this is by simply placing a graveyard. Now, do not sell this graveyard unless you're 200 cash away from getting an orchard, or else it's really not worth it, because chances of you leaking another hidden, especially with this loadout, are pretty high, and selling the graveyard just to replace it never is a smart idea. And you can see already that we are leaking more hiddens, and again, the graveyard is always coming in clutch. Now you can see it's wave 15 and we do not already have a level 3 plasma. This is because they haven't sent wave 14. So we're just going to get a level 3 plasma on wave 15. So now it's wave 17 and we're going to place 3 level 1 commandos to counter the boss 2, and this will bring us to the end of early game. Now you want to just scroll down on the document and click the same map for the mid game strategy, which is usually the same. So now it's just wave 18, so we're just going to place level 3 DJ and continue farming. So now we're just going to follow the instructions here. First, we have to place a level 4 plasma no matter what we do. So we're just going to place it and we're going to see how many he sends. Now that we know that he's going to send more than 2, we're going to have to place a 3rd level 4 plasma no matter what. So I'm just going to get right ahead on doing that, and we're going to see what strategy we're going to use to defend, depending on how much more he does send. Okay, now that he sent 6 instead of 8, we know which strategy we're going to use. Now, all we need to do is get level 4 plasmas at the front until we counter. And if the boss 2's past it, we're just going to get level 4 plasmas at the back. It should be pretty easy. Now, because he sent a relatively low number of bosses, we're just going to get somewhat of a max commando to deal with this on wave 22. This allows us to get farms in and is a really good farming strategy to get ahead of your opponent. However, be careful. Sometimes if he sends a lot more, you might not be able to farm and you might have to get max commando or level 4 plasmas a wave sooner. So just be careful about that. Now that we can see he's stack rushing, all we're going to do is just place level 4 plasmas at the front until we counter, and we're going to need 4 level 4 plasmas at the front anyways by wave 23, so we might as well get on to doing it. Now you can see we have spammed enough plasmas to fully counter the boss 2 and the hidden boss rush. These waves, we just keep farming and try to get everything maxed out. Now, I actually make 2 mistakes here. Number 1, I forget to upgrade the DJ to level 4, and number 2, I also forgot to move the DJ to a spot for my late game plasmas before upgrading it to level 4. So now, I'm just stuck with a really badly placed DJ. However, it's going to be fine though, nothing too severe. Now, wave 26, I have 2 options. I can either max plasma or max a DJ for the slimes. I personally like maxing DJ because then I can wait a wave later until wave 27 to actually max a DJ, and it lets me greet the slimes just a little bit more. Now you can see that I'm all maxed out. I'm just going to start selling everything for graveyards and max front plasmas. Now you can see it's wave 31 and I have enough defense, so if you're to boss 3 rush me right now, I should be fine. If he really pushes through, you might need a second max graveyard, but either way, you should be fine. And as you can see, he is boss 3 rushing me, and I am countering on nicely. You could see he's trying to boss 3 rush me again, however I have 3 max graves this time, so none of it is going to actually work. From here, I just simply save all my money until wave 35. Now you can see it's wave 35. I actually make another mistake here and I sell 2 more farms than I should have, as you can see. Now, we're just going to sell 7 farms and we're just going to place these plasmas. Now you may be wondering, why are we going to place these plasmas if we're going to sell them later on? And that's because just in case they boss 4 rush us, we want to be able to know that we can completely counter it. So that's just what the plasmas are here for. We're going to see if he boss 4 rushes. And you can also see how my bad DJ placement from later plays into the fact that I don't get a discount with a few of these plasmas. Now it's wave 38, endgame. All I'm going to do is I'm going to start selling my plasmas first, exactly 7 of them, and I'm going to place commandos. Once I get the wave cash from farms, I'll sell all the farms too, and place commandos. Now, it's not a huge deal if you're not able to place all your commandos, but you should at least try to. Notice how as I do it, I also send 2 necromancer bosses, and then infinite boss 4 rush. This should kill absolutely any opponent, because commandos will lag the opponent's towers to the point where they stop working. You can see they're not really sending here, so I don't really have to Grave Micro. However, if they were, I definitely would be Grave Micro. Now, Grave Micro and Graveyard damage isn't affected by lag, so you should at the very least survive until Void. If you do a Graveyard Micro properly, you should pretty much win every single 1v1. The only exception where you might lose endgame is if the opponent has Grave. But then again, if they have Grave, it's even. And just like that, you should be able to win absolutely any 1v1 except the 1v1s where your opponent has Anarchist and does something weird with it, or if your opponent also has Graveyard.